And another special guest who is joining us live on the broadcast, Vijeta Dahiya, is live with us, former spokesperson of the Cockroach Janata Party. Vijeta Dahiya, thank you for being with us today. Welcome to NewsX. Let me begin by asking you about, your expulsion as spokesperson from the Cockroach Janata Party. Were you shocked by that? Suddenly it happened. Did you read it on social media or were you told about it?
No, yeah, I was a little shocked about it, but I think Vijeta is not important. Like the paper leak issue is important. So like I have had enough of footage. So yeah, let's talk about the students.
I'll get to that in just a second.
Let's talk about
I'll get to that in just a second. But how did you learn about it? Did you learn about it through a tweet or were you told about it?
I have already told about it that it was a call, but let's not go into the details. Okay. I mean, PM Modi has made a video, and Dharmendra Pradhan has put out a tweet.
Yeah.
So maybe let's talk about the paper leaks and accountability.
You've come out from that shock of yours, leaving the Cockroach Janata Party and
that's okay.
leaving the spokesperson. Now you want to focus on the movement. Okay, let's come to the movement, then I'll come back to your personal life as well. Mr. Dahiya, now we've seen, of course, a big appeal by Prime Minister Modi in that video message that he had put out. Sonam Wangchuk has also ended his hunger strike. Yeah. We saw that happen yesterday with the two union ministers present when he did that as well. Is it then time for the protest to end as well?
The demand that Dharmendra Pradhan should resign, it is actually a very legitimate demand for a democracy. Because how does a democracy function without accountability? Right? I mean, this is the basic premise of a democracy, that if someone does not perform, then they should leave. Why should there be any kind of ego? We know it clearly. I mean, it's a fact. It's not a personal opinion. It's a fact that there have been so many paper leaks, and the paper leaks are continuing even now. Even something like a sociology exam of UGC NEET, I mean, that got leaked. Maharashtra TET exam leaked. So the guy who is at the top, of course he should take accountability. He should resign. That chair he did not bring from his home. It is public office.
So his tweet as well, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, in his tweet he said that we owe our students accountability and reforms. I mean, what a farce. This is what the people are asking for, accountability. I mean, take accountability and resign. And bring in systemic reforms. Like anyone who succeeds him, that person, he should talk to all the stakeholders. And, there can be some expert committee. And then you have to bring in systemic reforms, like whatever is being talked about. I mean, there should be no confusion.
Okay. But now, Prime Minister Modi, though, vowing this rapid action against the mafia, you don't believe that these are good steps? There's a new law as well. The law has been strengthened. It's going to be introduced in Parliament on Monday. Fast-track courts have been set up. These aren't good steps, Mr. Dahiya?
See, it's good that at least they have spoken up and they're talking of some action. But Uday, the problem is that you are saying that if paper leak will happen, then action will be taken. But why are you not doing something preventive? That the paper leak should not happen at all. Secondly, there are already laws, but the conviction rate is dismal. The conviction rate is so dismal.
But that is why the fast track courts have come in, because obviously if the conviction happens in a limited time, then there won't be questions, and also it is a deterrent. If the fine is raised to 10 crores, sir, and the punishment is increased, then it's a deterrent, isn't it?
Sir, the thing is, let's see, the paper leak thing, one are those guys who are like the solver gangs, okay, and another thing, the paper leak happens in a way that NTA, it has just around 22 to 25 permanent employees, rest are all on deputation or contractual. And then where the paper is printed, and the storage vaults and the transport and the exam centers, so these are all very low bid private contracts, right? So this is that institutional syndicate that is actually a major problem, right? The money goes from there to the top. So we are not talking about that. We are not talking about breaking that syndicate. You see, there are other exams like CDS, they do not get leaked.
No, but there's talk about a committee as well, a high-powered committee that is also likely to be set up, which will have multiple vice chancellors on it. Do you believe perhaps they are best suited to find solutions? They are vice chancellors at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the committee, I mean, they are experts and they should give their suggestions. So right now what they are talking about, I think at max you can call it a beginning, that's it.
Okay. Now,
there's a long road to go ahead.
Okay. Now, are you still associated with the Cockroach Janta Party? Are you still associated with the
Yeah,
movement?
as a CJP member, or we can say as a supporter, yes.
You are still associated.
Yeah, yeah.
You've not become disillusioned or left the movement.
No, no, why would I become disillusioned with the movement? It has been a wonderful movement.
Okay.
See, there was a time when people had stopped speaking up, right? Because, you know, we see this weaponization of agencies and all of that stuff. You know, somebody just makes a meme and, you know, you file an FIR. So people were going into a kind of self-censorship,
Okay.
right? So this started and people came together. So we have, I think we have achieved something, that the government, which was acting so arrogant, right, that, you know, maintain silence, let the storm pass. So this kind of strategy is constantly used by the government. But through this movement, at least,
Yeah.
we have managed
Yeah.
that the Prime Minister
Yeah.
is making a reel and
now,
he's talking.
Now, one criticism that your leaders have come in for is, why were they missing during the July 20th protest? What would be your response to that?
See, sir, they were not missing. The point is that the government, they did not think of talking to the people for so many days. For so many days, it was there on the media, right? The media was covering it, and you know, it was all there on YouTube. I mean, of course, they knew about it, right? Dharmendra Pradhan, if you could say that, you know, they are the Dahshat Gardo ki B team hai, right? And that Nitin Naveen, he said that they are virus. So this is, I think, really infuriated people, and they did not talk.
No, but
and on the last day, and
where
on
were the leaders on the 20th?
And on the last day, then they think that, you know, like, yeah, let's talk. Okay, so this kind of thing. And then Abhijit was there, I was there, like when the march started, there were barricades. Then I went to Kerala House. Then there was no internet connection. So I think, you know, we have to ask of accountability from the government, who are our elected leaders, whose salaries come from our tax. Right now, the thing is that we can expect, we can expect
accountability of the CJP leadership also.
Sir, the thing
if
is
the CJP
that we can.
If your leadership has
Sir,
got so many students to come for you, you have accountability to them also, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, Abhijit was there in the Jaipur protest. He was even slapped, right? You must have seen the video where I was heckled by people. Right, right now, I mean, I'm not even traveling in public transport because there is a threat to my life. For 50 days, you know, ever since I was announced the spokesperson, you see videos, you know, where people are giving me life threats and, you know, thousands of comments and everything. So this thing that, you know, you just delegitimize the protest by, you know, by placing a 100x magnifying lens on the people who are protesting. I think this is not
okay.
fair.
This is wrong.
Let's talk about paper
talking about heckling.
And
Talking about heckling though, why is the media being heckled at the protest? Is that wrong? Do you condemn it?
Of course, I condemn it, sir. And it happened that, you know, some people they started shouting, you know, Godi media wapas jao, when Priyanshi Sharma from Peak TV was there.
People, so many people.
I put out a video saying that, I mean, Priyanshi is anyways a very honest journalist, and even if it is, you know, someone whom people see as Godi media, even then people.
No, what is this? Who are you or anyone else to give labels to anyone or to say who is honest or dishonest?
No.
Any media going there is going to cover you all. Why should you behave like that?
Sir, see, the thing is, let's face it, that there are TV channels who have even told benefits of pollution, that pollution prevents us from. Acts as a natural shield from mosquitoes and virus. There are people who have told us the benefit of rupee falling. So, I mean, people see this, right? So that's why people are angry. But again and again from the stage, I told people, even Sonam sir had said this, that whoever comes, we got to be kind. Right? And even these people, they are doing jobs. Right? So we have to see the larger thing.
Absolutely. Right? Now the violence against the security forces as well. Is that wrong? Because Sonam Wangchuk has also said, why is violence happening? But then why is it being allowed? Why is it being allowed?
Sir, the thing
How is it happening? Are lumpen elements coming in? Do you believe it's being hijacked?
Sir, you know what happened? On the night before, I saw that police is removing the barricades. Police switched off the cameras. Police, I mean, there was a truck full of stones there. I went to the police and I told them, why is this truck full of stones suddenly there? Then here was a car, you know, so which was like totally smashed. So I asked the police officers, like, what do you have in your mind? And see, this kind of thing happened. So see, To maintain law and order, it is the work of the police. And if someone hurts the police, then of course those people must also be arrested. We cannot think, oh, police versus protesters. No, sir. The police is there to protect the citizens, right?
Okay.
I mean, this is like a basic democracy, right?
Okay.
So whoever does violence,
Yeah.
police has to, arrest them, put them on trial, and then they should be sent to jail. But you cannot say, oh, protesters as team A, we are team B, and now the police will hurl stones. The kind of videos, it's brutal. The kind of things that happened from the police. There were nails on the lathis. And some pellet like gun, that was put. People have been hit on their private parts, all kinds of things.
Now also I have to ask you about the political parties, because everyone was praising your movement. They were saying, look, so many students are coming there. They were saying that, the fact is, of course, that it seemed like an organic movement. But now why so many political parties presence there? Netas are coming to your stage, and netas, political party supporters are there. Is it being hijacked by political parties now?
From the day of our first day of our conference, right? Even that time I had said that all the political parties, you are welcome there, but do not come with your party flag, come with the national flag. So, I mean, that is not a problem, because the political parties, their work is not to play some snakes and ladders and ludo. Of course, their work is to do politics on national issues, right? Their work is not that, when the election comes, then they will just do campaigning and when no. They should join movements, they should do movements. So we had said that, and people had come. We had even asked the BJP Karyakartas and the BJP Netas that, see, you are also the citizens. It's not that you are slaves of BJP. Even your children, they will also give exams, right? Even we see the kind of blunders that happened with the CBSE OSM thing. So
now Sonam Wangchuk calling off his hunger strike yesterday. What bearing is that going to have on the protest?
No, the people, their emotion is with us. Why? It's not because of Vijeta. It's because of the issue, right? Crores of people, youth, they are actually suffering.
But after Sonam Wangchuk calling off his hunger strike, should the protest end? Will the support finish a bit? Because obviously Mr. Wangchuk has ended his hunger strike because he believes action is being taken. No, he believes your demands are being met.
See, sir, hunger strike and the protest. I had told this before as well, when I was a spokesperson, that I am again and again asking Sonam sir to end the hunger strike, because I was receiving hundreds of messages and so many people making videos that please ask sir to end the hunger strike. I asked him, he scolded me, Vijeta, this is what the government wants. Then do we give up on this cause? Then I said, okay sir, we are going to ask people to come, and if the opposition parties come, if the people come, there will be a huge support. So this will mean that we are not giving up on the fight. You should just end the hunger strike and the protest will continue. And exactly this sir did. So from the starting, it has been exactly the same thing.
Now the education secretary has gone. There's been a complete reshuffle in the education ministry as well. Don't you again believe that that is a good step? Those were the people at the helm of affairs of the NTA who you were criticizing.
Let me clear this. Transfer is not punishment. Transfer is not punishment. Now he is sent to some, I think, Panchayati Raj ministry. Now he will do nonsense there. Same thing happened in the case of that CBSE fellow. He was, I think, sent to, agriculture ministry. So, I mean, what is this? That a person, he is doing a mistake, then you are saying, okay, now you do blunders in another department. This just does not make sense, right? And the minister also has to take accountability. Dharmendra Pradhan must resign.
Now, if he goes, someone else will come. So what change really will happen? Doesn't the change happen if you take steps? Like a fast track court, like a digital system. Don't you want change rather than just a change of the minister?
Uday, there are two issues here. One is education and the paper leaks, and another issue is democracy and accountability. So this kind of precedent is not good for democracy, where someone announces, "Hamari NDA sarkar mein istife nahi hote." I mean, this is a democracy, rule of the demos of the people. This is not some kind of a monarchy or an aristocracy, right? So if someone does mistake, he should go.
But-
And it's not that, you know, that BJP has all nincompoops. Of course, there must be some capable people in BJP
Okay,
as
so
well.
they should come in. They should come in is what
yeah,
you're saying.
they
Okay,
should
now
come, and
coming
then
back to
reforms
Vijeta
must
Dahiya.
happen.
Now I want to come back to Vijeta Dahiya personally. Do you regret making that video where you were eating a burger because of which you were sacked?
No. The thing is, see, some people, they heckled me, right? And they were angry on some other issue. They were not protesters, right? So when all of this happened, so I made that video to set the record straight. That if someone eats a burger, it's wrong. I mean, this kind of moral policing is sinister. And this cannot be accepted. So it's not that, you know, I made it in my defense or something. As someone who makes Insta content which philosophizes, so I have to say this.
So you don't regret your video?
Of course not. And what I said, that I have not been elected by you, like I was talking about the trolls.
Yeah.
Please ask questions to the government, which has been elected by you, which takes the decisions.
No, but if you believe, you just said we are not in
Again.
any monarchy or we are not in any dictatorship. Or so don't you believe that was a very monarchical decision or very arbitrary decision, you being sacked also in that manner? How democratic was that decision? If you believe you weren't wrong,
Sir,
you obviously explained it, but yet the decision was taken.
Sir, see, let's understand democracy. The concept of democracy is not just, like voting. No. Democracy is a concept where, people elect their government, and there is a constitution.
I'm saying what kind of-
listen,
Yeah.
there is a constitution, right? They have to function within that constitution. So if you photocopy the concept of democracy anywhere, it doesn't work. It's a social movement. So if somebody felt that sacking Vijeta would help the movement, then why not?
So you are fine with it? You are fine with it?
Of course I am fine with it.
But it's not
It doesn't matter. I can give up any kind of post for the country, for the movement.
Okay.
So that's okay. And I think PM Modi can, take a leaf from this, that, sacking Dharmendra Pradhan.
Okay.
If this stops the paper leaks, then why not?
How long will the
Take
movement? How long will the
accountability.
movement continue?
Yeah, until Dharmendra Pradhan resigns. And maybe it just happens soon. Let's hope so.
You believe the talks are going well? We saw another round today.
I am happy that at least the talks are happening.
Okay.
Like earlier, what BJP did, that was a prime example of arrogance. It should not happen anywhere. Sir, see, in Portugal, an Indian tourist died.
Yes,
the health minister
I read that.
resigned.
You have faith in the government though? You have faith in the government?
Yeah, I mean, see, if you do not have faith and hope, then you do not do a movement, right? So from the day when I have been saying, hope drives the world.
Thank you so much for your time. On a lighter note, आज burger खाया?
अभी खाऊंगा जाके.
Okay. Thank you, Vijeta Dahiya, for joining us with your perspective and